Robert Mueller, as he continues his methodical pursuit of the world's most brilliant criminal mastermind, we're seeing casualties of his investigation pile up. This week, a federal court in Virginia began hearing testimony in the trial of Paul Manafort, Donald Trump's former campaign chairman and world's sketchiest Lego man. Thanks to Mueller, Manafort is now charged with 18 counts of tax evasion, bank fraud, money laundering, and using his roommate's HBO Go password. Oh, you didn't think they could come after you for that? Yeah? Yeah, you guys are in a lot of trouble. But before prosecutors got into the details, they wanted to introduce Paul Manafort to the world.
Prosecutors focused their efforts on portraying Manafort as a man who spent lavishly while cheating on his taxes.
Multiple homes, expensive cars and watches.
$1.13 million for home improvements.
Nearly $1 million that he spent on landscaping, including a flower bed in the shape of an M.
Manafort spent over $18,000 on a karaoke setup.
God damn, Manafort was balling. $18,000 on a karaoke set? Yo, if I spend that much money on karaoke, it better come with drunk Japanese businessmen to sing for me. $18,000? Yo, let me tell you something. If I spent that much money on karaoke, best believe at my house, every night is karaoke night. Every night. Be like, yo, Trevor, shouldn't we watch the Super Bowl? I think we should be singing karaoke. I'm getting my money, ebony and ivory. I'm singing. And as lavish as all of that sounds, there's one part of Paul Manafort's life where he spared no expense.
In just 5 years, Manafort spent $929,000 on suits.
A $15,000 ostrich jacket, also more than $18,000 python coat.
Okay, first of all, if you're trying not to seem evil, maybe don't dress up as a snake. Also, what's the point of wearing ostrich if you're gonna take off all the feathers? That just seems like a waste. Like, if I'm wearing ostrich, it had better look like this. I wanna see that I'm wearing ostrich, people. I wanna feel it. And look, you know, it's really interesting to see what's happening here. It feels like the prosecution is trying to turn the jury against Manafort by showing them that he's the kind of asshole who owns a $15,000 ostrich jacket. Yeah, and after seeing a picture of this jury, something tells me that it might work. It might just work. So, of course, everyone is watching this trial, but nobody is watching closer than Manafort's former employer.
President Trump today wading into the trial of his former campaign chairman, tweeting, "Who was treated worse, Alphonse Capone, legendary mob boss, killer and public enemy #1, or Paul Manafort, political operative and Reagan Dole darling, now serving solitary confinement, although convicted of nothing?"
Okay, I'm sorry, Alphonse Capone? Who calls Al Capone by his full name? Every time I think Trump has hit peak weirdness, he gets a little bit weirder. Like, is that just his thing? It's just like, and then I was talking to Kimberly Kardashian, and she was so grateful for how I helped her husband, Kanye Westeros. Great guy, great guy. Now, look, Trump is clearly not enjoying the fact that Mueller has his buddy on trial. But what's really got the president riled up was finding out that Mueller is a few steps closer to having a chat with him.
President Trump was outraged after learning that among the topics special counsel Robert Mueller wants to question him about is obstruction of justice. Sources say it enraged him so it prompted this extraordinary tweet that critics say could amount to obstruction. The president writing, "Attorney General Jeff Sessions should stop this rigged witch hunt right now before it continues to stain our country any further."
This is so insane. President Trump may have obstructed justice because he's mad about being accused of obstructing justice. Like, he's just proving their point. It's like when someone tells you to calm down and you're like, "What do you mean, calm down? I am calm! I'll kill you for saying that!" Calm down, man. And now, although it seems like obstruction, according to the president's lawyer and spokesgremlin, Rudy Giuliani, we are all getting ahead of ourselves because Trump words matter.
As we said immediately, it's an opinion. He used the word should, he didn't use the word must, and there was no presidential directive that followed it. But he didn't direct him to do it, and he's not going to direct him to do it.
You should get the out of here. Like, Rudy Giuliani is making it sound like Trump's tweet was just a helpful suggestion and that Trump is not Jeff Sessions' boss and the most powerful man in the world. You know, it's like Darth Vader telling you, you should really consider joining the dark side. But no pressure, no pressure. I mean, whatever, just a suggestion. And if you weren't convinced by Rudy Giuliani, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, wow, she had an even more creative defense.
There's a reason that the president's angry, and frankly, most of America is angry as well, and there's no reason he shouldn't be able to voice that opinion. Look, the president is not obstructing, he's fighting back.
Ooh, the president is not obstructing, he's just fighting back. Yeah, fighting back against an investigation of you is obstructing. Like, Sarah Sanders wants to frame it like it's just self-defense, but that's exactly what self-defense is. Obstructing the punch from hitting your face. That's obstruction. Oh, and Team Trump has one more defense.
Yeah, President's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, told the New York Times, if you're going to obstruct justice, you do it quietly and secretly, not in public.
What they're trying to do is stitch together an obstruction case based on public tweets on the exercise of First Amendment rights. You know, people don't obstruct justice in public. If you're going to obstruct justice, you're going to do it in private.
That is a brilliant argument until you take a moment to think about it. Because obstruction of justice isn't about whether it's private or public. Private is just how most people do it, right? But most people also don't want to bang their daughter. And even those who do, don't talk about it on The View. Donald Trump is not a normal person. Like, what's crazy about this is, if there was a tape where Trump told Sessions in private that he should end the Mueller probe, and we discovered the tape, that would be the end. It would be obstruction, impeachment, game over. But just because he did it in public, he can get away with it. Like, it's amazing that Trump has this superpower. He does the bad things in public and then somehow, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's no other instance where doing a bad thing publicly is better. You know what I mean? Nothing else works like that. Like, when you see someone masturbating on the subway, no one's sitting there like, well, I'm glad you're doing it in public. That makes it better. Good job.